Thank you for joining us today. Looks like we're just waiting for a few more people to log in, so we're just going to wait a couple more minutes and then we'll go ahead and get started on this webinar. Thanks for your patience. Welcome to our Henry Schein TechCentral webinar titled, Is Your Practice Data Protected? Helping you protect your practice with server encryption. Thank you for joining us, and a special thanks to all of you who are Henry Schein customers. We appreciate your business. My name is Alan Crow, and I'm the marketing manager for Henry Schein TechCentral. I'm excited that we're joined today with Howard Granger, a TechCentral product manager, as well as Brian Calverley, the National Sales Manager for TechCentral. Thank you both for joining us. We'll look forward to hearing from you in a minute. To start us off, let's answer a question. Who is Henry Schein TechCentral? For those of you who don't know, TechCentral is a provider of superior office technology solutions that are optimized and integrated for dental practices. That means that we are your IT provider specifically for the dental industry. Unlike many other IT companies, we have a single team of experts that design, deliver, and support all of your IT needs, including computers, networks, phone systems, as well as security solutions such as network security and data encryption that can help protect your practice and its valuable patient data. Because of our experience in the dental industry, we are prepared to help you tackle any of the IT challenges that you face that are unique to this space. During the next 30 minutes or so, Howard will provide us with some valuable information about the importance of encrypting data and the simple steps that you can take to protect your patient data that is stored on your practice's server. There are a handful of widgets at the bottom of your screen. Feel free to submit questions during the presentation using the Q&A widget. Download product flyers in the resources or share the presentation via social media. And don't forget to complete the survey found to the right of your screen following the webinar. This will allow us to improve these types of webinars and make sure that we are providing the information that is most valuable to you. Our first presenter is Howard Granger, Product Manager for Henry Schein TechCentral. Howard has been working in the dentistry industry since 2009. He has experience as a dentrix technician as well as a network and hardware technician. Now, in his current role, he has the ability to advance the technology offered by TechCentral and to give dental professionals the right solutions for their various IT needs. His focus recently has been to discover ways that TechCentral can help you combat the ever-increasing threat of lost data as a result of theft or cybercrime. We'll now turn some time over to him. Howard?
All right, thank you, Alan. One thing that we'll go over a few things here. First is some of the headlines that we've been seeing here in the recent news. Recently, we've seen out of California that a dentist has had to announce the theft of a server the magazine reports that it contained unencrypted patient data on it. That office was in California and it was burglarized. They took some computers, took all kinds of things like that, but one of the most important things that they got was an unencrypted server. This allows access to sensitive patient information by the thieves. Some of the things that these offices have to go to as a result are an undisclosed amount of patients have their personal information, names, addresses, dates of birth, telephone numbers, social security numbers, dental and medical information, and billing information was stolen. These are all readily accessible on the server that was stolen from the practice because it didn't have any kind of encryption enabled or allowed on it. The office was burglarized on January 5th, and they had to report that to the police. There is an ongoing investigation about that. Currently, the office has increased the physical security of the practice, and they've also implemented some encryption on their server, the new server that they had to purchase. One of the biggest things that they have to take care of is any of the impacted victims that are brought forth as victims in these sort of breaches. They have to be offered a free year of credit monitoring, and they have to have some sort of identity restoration services given to them from that practice. These violations have fines that can range from $100 to $50,000 or more per violation. That's quite a bit of money that we can actually see lost in lost revenue from just something as simple as a server being stolen. Now, there was another one that led to a rather lengthy HIPAA investigation. Some of these that get taken are from offices that are pretty large. So a week before Christmas in 2014, a dental practice in Rockland was broken into through the back door. The burglars were able to get their hands on everything from toothbrushes and toothpaste. They even stole a Game Boy out of the lounge area. Unfortunately for this office, the most important thing that they stole was the main unencrypted server that had all of their patients' information on it. Now, when you run into a breach at a very large practice, some of the things that happen versus a smaller practice are notification requirements under the HIPAA and local state laws. This practice had more than 500 people that were affected, and the dentist had to, under law, notify the media and every patient on record about the breach. The addressable technical standard under the HIPAA security rule basically means that if that server had encryption on it, they wouldn't have had to do that because the thefts would not have been able to access any of that important data that was there on the server. So if the dentist system is capable of encryption, we always recommend that he or she should do it. So if there's ever a question about the integrity of the encryption, we don't want any of our practices to become a headline, possibly like these last two that we just saw. So what do we do here at TechCentral? Well, we realize that a data breach can be extremely devastating to your patient's security, and that it can also be extremely devastating to your financial stability. We're looking at large fines and lost revenue that are commonplace with security breaches that include the theft of any of the patient's protected health information. We offer simple steps that can be taken to protect your practice with TechCentral's Protected Practice Server Encryption service. This service is offered currently on new servers that we sell. We do enable the encryption here at TechCentral. TechCentral uses the Microsoft BitLocker. It's a full disk encryption software that supports advanced AES or encryption standards, 128 or 256-bit. This helps protect your data from any kind of unauthorized access while the data is at rest. So if the server is off, or if it's ever stolen. So BitLocker is going to work in the background to encrypt data at rest. The employees are going to be able to work normally throughout the day, and this is going to work in the background to make sure that all of the information that's saved onto the server, which is any of the practice management data, that it won't be accessed if the server's ever stolen. Now, the way that it works, the Protected Practice Server Encryption Service implements a Microsoft BitLocker to help protect the data on the server at all times. Once Microsoft BitLocker is enabled on the server, the data on the drive is AES 128 or 256-bit encrypted. If the server or the encrypted drives are ever removed or stolen or moved to another server, they won't be able to access that without a BitLocker encryption key. So with the TechCentral team's support, you can be assured that it's backed by our excellent customer service. And TechCentral offers a team of technical professionals who will oversee the proper setup and implementation of your server encryption. What our team is going to do, new servers from TechCentral are available with Microsoft BitLocker already enabled. It's activated directly from TechCentral during our configuration process. And the technicians that come out will have those BitLocker keys that'll be yours to keep safe. So with this service, TechCentral will also assist your practice at setting up a Microsoft OneDrive account, and that's going to be to store a copy of the BitLocker recovery keys online in case that they are ever needed. And if they're ever needed, you'll have a copy of them basically in that Microsoft OneDrive account. So whenever they get stored there, they're available just in case they're ever needed. TechCentral is also going to provide the practice with 2 unencrypted USB drives that have the BitLocker recovery keys on them. We are not going to be storing a copy of these keys. Those keys are the office's responsibility to take care of. We recommend that they keep them in a safe place, both on-site and off-site. That's why we provide 2 of those USB drives. That way there's a copy off-site if it's ever needed, and then on-site if it's needed in the event that the server has to require that key to start up. So always protect the BitLocker recovery keys and keep them in a safe and secure location. Henry Schein TechCentral offers the encryption solutions backed by our experienced support team. Our customer service is also backed by the Henry Schein promise of quality customer support. Let our Protected Practice Server Encryption Service help protect your data at rest with Microsoft BitLocker encryption technology. This will give you greater peace of mind and allow you to focus on what you do best, the patient care. And Alan, I'm going to turn that back over to you now.
Thanks, Howard. That information is really valuable. Here at TechCentral, we're constantly looking for the best solution to enable dental offices to protect themselves and their patient data if there ever is a data breach. I'll now turn some time over to Brian Calverley, our National Sales Manager. He has 20 years of experience in the dental technology industry, and he's going to explain how you can get TechCentral encryption services to help you protect your dental practice against the possible data breach like the ones Howard has mentioned. Brian?
Thanks, Alan. That's great. There's so much information out there about encryption and security and best practices, and it's really confusing for the end users, the doctors and patients and staff on what's really required and what's going to keep you safe. I love being a part of this team because we get to be on the forefront of this technology and help offices make the right decisions when it comes to how to protect their data effectively. The server encryption offering is just one piece of a total security package for your office, not the end-all or the be-all. It's just the protection that you have in the case of theft of the equipment, loss of the equipment, and it does protect your practice and is required. Encryption is also, as Howard mentioned earlier, it's only available on hardware that meets certain requirements. You have to have a certain TPM chipset as part of your server in order to enable the encryption service correctly. Our technicians set this up along with our new server packages currently, and it's for a very low fee because it's such an important service that we're making it available to our offices. But that service does include professional on-site setup, testing, and monitoring of your server. We help you to secure that key correctly, because if you do make a hardware change to the server, or if there's a triggering event, such as a change to the hardware or possibly a Windows update comes through, then you'll need to actually re-enter that key in order to access your data. So it has to be secure and available at all times. We also provide you with 2 USB keys in addition to the OneDrive account, so that you can have copies of that available in case you get locked out of your server for any reason. The fee to set up the encryption service starts around $500, and we'll hold your hand through the entire process and make sure that you're comfortable with the procedure and that you're documented and secure in the event of a loss there. As I mentioned earlier, currently we offer this with our new servers. All of our new servers do have the correct TPM 2.0 chips that are required to enable the BitLocker service and set that up. We offer servers from a variety of vendors, including Dell and HP, and we have standard configurations that fit most practices' needs when it comes to the hardware in their office to store all their data and run their practice management software and imaging correctly. In addition to the BitLocker services that we offer, TechCentral also provides comprehensive hardware support for your office. If you have ongoing problems or issues in your practice and you don't know who to turn to, that's really where we excel at. Our trained service team is available 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and it starts around $129 a month for the basic support plan. That includes things like unlimited support. We do a server monitoring software so that if your server does encounter a problem like a hard drive might fail and you might not be aware of it, it'll notify our services and our techs can reach out to you directly. Additionally, we provide a weekly server health report so you can see how much data you're creating with your practice, so you can monitor and know if you're getting low on space or what your expected life cycle on that equipment is going to be. In addition to that, if you do have a problem that can't be solved remotely, we offer reduced fees for on-site support for technicians to come out and actually help you fix problems on site that can't be fixed remotely. And then the last piece of the puzzle that most offices really need is server maintenance additionally. Very important that you keep your server up to date. Our technicians will optimize the performance of the server, make sure that it's running right, help you verify that your backups are running correctly, and provide the security patches and updates that are required as well. So it's a great service for clients that need support and a true partner they can work with for their technology. So you're probably wondering, how do I get started with this and what are the next steps? We like to start every client we work with a complete technology assessment. One of our trained consultants would come out and provide you with a complete inventory of your network servers, PCs, equipment in your office, and software is running on the system. We'll compare that to the current system requirements for your software and see where you might have any shortfalls or gaps. This helps you to plan your technology life cycle effectively and make sure that your equipment is under warranty, is supportable, and it'll run the software as updates come out effectively. Also, if you're having issues, typically a network assessment will help us uncover the root causes of any of those issues so that we can get down to what the problem is and help you get it resolved quickly as well. There's no charge to the practice to have one of our consultants come out and perform this technology assessment for you, and we're happy to provide this service to our customers. Alan, were there any questions from the field?
Yeah, thanks, Brian. That's great. That's a good opportunity for us. We have a couple of questions here. I'm going to just kind of field those questions and let either you or Howard answer those questions. The first question is, why should I have TechCentral encrypt my server? Can I just do that myself? Howard, do you want to address that question?
Sure, Alan. Yeah, with TechCentral, we offer years of experience in the technology field for dentistry. We're going to give you a number of options in order to get everything set up properly in the first place. I don't actually recommend anybody actually going in and just doing this themselves. We're going to offer the keys. We're going to be able to have a fully trained and experienced technician out to the office. And also just the experience that TechCentral has with this, it's going to be a lot better to just rely on us to get this taken care of instead of trying to go about it on your own.
Perfect. Thanks, Howard. There's one other question here that says, how do I know if my Easy Dental on the server is already encrypted? Howard?
Right now, Easy Dental, I don't believe offers any kind of encryption with the software. I don't believe it does. It would actually require the drives on the server to be encrypted with Microsoft BitLocker in order to offer an AES standard of 128 or 256-bit encryption.
Perfect. Thank you. Well, it looks like that's actually all the questions that we have for the whole group. If you have any other questions that you've submitted that we haven't answered, we'll go ahead and send an email to you directly and answer those questions. We appreciate you guys coming and joining us for this webinar. We know that you're super busy, and we're glad that you were able to join us. Of course, if you'd like to get more information about the solutions that TechCentral has to help protect your practice, you can visit our website at hstechcentral.com/protectyourpractice, or you can contact our support team directly at 877-483-0382. Remember, there's a survey on the right-hand side of your screen. Please take a few minutes to answer those questions so we can better provide you with dental practice security in the future. And again, I want to thank you all for attending, and have a great day.